Welcome to Studio 122. I'm your host, Kai Whitaker. So this week we're talking about homecoming. Today we are here with homecoming co-chair and bonfire co-chair, Chandler Hollowell. How are you doing, Chandler?
I'm great. How are you, Kai?
I'm good. So in talking about homecoming, let's just get straight to it. How does this year's homecoming compare to the years past?
So this year's homecoming is a lot different from the years past in that we're celebrating our century as Lions. So that's pretty cool, just thinking that we've spent so many years just here as a campus and building everything up to everything that it is today, especially with all the new renovations on campus. So it's really great because we get to really connect with our past alumni as well as with present students, just with that theme as a whole. So that's a big, big one.
All right, so what, as far as preparation, what all goes into getting prepared for homecoming?
So homecoming, we actually start our planning in the spring semester. So we start there with our homecoming committee applications that go out, and then from there we just hit the ground running. So we have to start contacting vendors, anyone that's going to be performing, catering, etc. So all of that, as well as making sure t-shirt orders are in on time, so that way, you know, all the students, faculty, and staff can get their orders in. And also get their homecoming spirit started. So just pretty much spring semester is where we start, and it's just a long process all the way until this week.
So it takes like many, many months.
Yeah,
oh my
many
gosh.
months.
Well, speaking of, preparing for it, what is the theme for homecoming?
Our theme is Our Century is Lions. So Our Century is Lions just encompasses everything that's made us Texas A&M Commerce. So that includes all the lion statues around campus and what they represent, as well as the gravesite that we have on campus, the Mayo statue, all of that encompasses in this one theme.
Okay, so what all is going on the Great Lawn this year?
So we just have our one event that's going on today. Actually at 4 o'clock is going to be our homecoming kickoff. And that pretty much starts everything for homecoming week. So with homecoming week, we'll have different events planned throughout the week, but our Great Lawn event is going to have our dunk tank in which you can dunk staff and students. So that's going to be fun, as well as life-size games. We're having relay races for the spirit organizations that are competing for the $150 prize that we're giving out. And everyone can just go out and enjoy some food, music, games, and everything.
Okay, so personally, what are you most excited about as far as, I know you're on the board and everything, so you know all the secrets, but what are you most excited for?
I am most excited for Bonfire, and that's just not just because I'm over the event, but also because it's one of the biggest events that everyone comes out to. So that's like the center of our homecoming, and just knowing that that's the event that everyone's like, oh my God, I'm gonna go back to my old school, I'm gonna see how much it's changed. All the current students are like, this is my first homecoming or third homecoming, and I'm just waiting to see like that light go up, the sounds, lights, food. I know everyone loves the sweets that we have there. So that's my favorite event every single year.
Well, that's great. So y'all are having the Get On Board competition on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, October 9th. So what is all that about?
So the Get On Board is also part of our spirit competition in which the student orgs are competing to see who has the most participation and school spirit. So that's like their basically their little niche in our week, that they get to design a board that we give them a theme for, and we're going to judge those boards based off of the creativity, the work that went into it, all the above. They're big 4x4 wooden pieces, so they have a lot of area to cover with that. Along with the Get On Board competition, all of the money that will be raised, and they will be raising money for their individual boards, so you can give them money if you like it. They're doing a competition with that's involving dollars. So anything that's a dollar amount, whether it's $1, $5, $10, $20, will add up to their final profit, and all of those earnings will be going to a student scholarship that we'll be providing this year.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Well, if you're just now tuning here on Studio 122, we are here talking with Chandler. She's the co-chair of the homecoming committee and the bonfire that will be happening. What day is that?
That is Friday.
Friday, okay. So let's just go ahead and talk more about the bonfire, actually. So what all will be happening at that event besides just, a big fire, but...
So for Bonfire, we always have an entertainment group. We do cover bands usually, just so it has a multitude of genres that we can play, as well as our carnival catering. We're giving out 2 different giveaways, as well as all the light up bracelets and necklaces, and also doing more funding for our dollar campaign for the student scholarship, and also Our new and improved, that is actually here this year, our Yell Like Hell competition. That is for any student organizations that did sign up last week. We are giving them the opportunity to create a chant or a cheer that they feel represents the school in the best way. And whoever wins that will gain them about, I think, 15 points towards the ultimate goal of the student competition winner.
Okay, well, Saturday, of course, is the big tailgate where everybody comes back for homecoming. So what all are you expecting of the tailgate and how big it's going to be and all the people there?
So tailgate, I would have to thank Line Athletics for all their hard work in taking over tailgate. So as far as tailgate, I'm most excited for the food. That's just me. I know John Weatherford is going to be out there. He always makes some homemade fries with sugar on it. Never had it before, but it's great, yes. There'll also be live music as well as always, and a lot of interactions with all the alumni. I know as far as organizations, a lot of them come back and are like, hey, how are y'all doing from whenever I was here in like 1964? I'm like, okay, that's cool. Changed a little bit, but it's just really great seeing their like enthusiasm and excitement just for everything that the campus has become. So.
Okay, well, since this is a big week full of events, I mean, which events do you think that the students will interact with the most? Which one do you think the students will come out to the most, and y'all know that y'all are going to have a bunch of people?
I would definitely want to say arcade night, just because this year we have partnered with MPHC, and we're giving out 2 pairs of step show tickets. So if you do win the ultimate prize at the end of arcade night, you will be entered into the raffle to get those MPHC tickets. So we're really hoping that students are like, oh my gosh, like Throwback Thursday arcade night, this is going to be awesome, because we're bringing back like snowboarding games and Pac-Man, and yeah, it's going to be great. A lot of nostalgia within this one night. So that's like the biggest, most interactive time for students to come out and participate throughout homecoming week.
Okay, well, I see you have on one of the homecoming shirts
Yes,
for this
I
year.
do.
If you'd like to show the audience.
Yes.
There's a little emblem here on the side. Could you describe the shirt to us?
So this year we do have our Century as Lions logo on the little frocket part of the shirt, as well as on the back we have Homecoming 2017 with our design that's been on all of our 4x6s and posters that we've put out. So.
Who designed this shirt?
Tatiana Chamorro. She is the new marketing coordinator for the Student Involvement Suite and over the Pride Shop, and we have been working very closely with her, just getting this design to the finalized product that it came to be. Like, trust me, this was like orange, it was like neon
simple,
yellow,
but I like
it's
it.
simple,
Yeah.
it's vintage, and it's something that everyone's like, you know, like that's just a nice look for homecoming, and it's like a nice, like, this encompasses what we are.
Okay, well, is there any little small thing would you like to say before we leave?
I would just like to say, just make sure to come out to all the events that you can, just because being a part of the student part of the homecoming committee, we try to base it to where students can have the most fun that they can, because ultimately this is their homecoming, and we want that to benefit them in the best way that we can. So we just want to make sure that everyone comes out, participates. We have prizes at pretty much every event, including the Hot Dog Spirit Rally. If y'all want to see some people eat hot dogs, we do have a contest for that this year. So yeah, just make sure students come out and get involved.
Well, I'm on board with that. Thank you so much, Chandler, for joining us today here on Studio 122. This week we were talking about homecoming. I'm your host, Kai Whitaker.